On the air.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Microphones of Madness. We are running through Chaosium's organized. We are the Monday Night Heroes, and we are running through Chaosium's organized play campaign, A Time to Harvest. Starting off episode 1 tonight. Probably take 2 or 3 sessions to finish.
Hooray!
Okay. Maybe we should go around the table, the digital table, asking, or not asking. Everyone explain who your character is. Let's start with James, since he's the farthest on the left.
Sure.
On my screen.
My character's name is Chad Johnson. He is in university on a football scholarship. He is literally the definition of a meathead.
Go Miskatonic Terrors.
Yay!
Very much so. That's pretty much all I've got for Chad. He's not a very deep character. What you see is what you get. Considering the fact that he's got a size of 17, you're going to notice him. You can see why he's on the football team.
Because he can't do anything else.
Pretty much. One might say he might be a ringer.
Go in there and sit on that man.
Yep. He's basically going to get his diploma just the same way Muhammad Ali. He got it because of attendance.
Took rocks or jocks. Oh, we forgot the rocks.
Yeah. So that is Chad.
Okay. Kim, who is Astrid Yates?
Astrid Yates is a geology student. She is also a hobby spelunker. She grew up exploring caves near her home, and she fell in love with it, and she has done it ever since. That's her.
Excellent. Matt, who is Blake Chatsworth, or Chatworth. Chatsworth.
Oh, am I next? Sorry.
Yep.
I didn't realize my order was different than your order. I guess I got turned around. Yeah, Blake Chatworth is one of the wealthy sons of the Chatworth Bindings and Metals company. He's the second son, though, and he's not really interested in business, so he's just sort of a trust funder. He attends class occasionally and is usually wherever there's a party. There are several rumors about him circulating around. Most of them are probably true. He's a handsome enough guy. He's got, for some reason, he's a known card player, and also has a strange sort of endurance when it comes to staying up late and partying hard. So that's them.
Awesome. Steve, who is Rolf Hitler? Or is it Hilter or Hitler?
Hilter.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that guy.
See, the character sheet that I have is Rolf Hitler.
It's Hilter. Rolf Hilter.
Wow. All
You're
right.
your
I really did
dyslexia.
misread that.
That was intentional.
As in the Monty Python Hilters?
Exactly. You guys watch the classic. I'm Rolf Hilter. I am a German exchange student currently studying grad level anthropology at Miskatonic. I am the first. Well, it's a little too early for that, but my father was a war hero in the Great War. I'm also the first of my family to go to college, so I'm very determined to do well. The thing is that I speak good enough English that I can get through my studies and teach, but not good enough to understand slang or idioms, and it's kind of embarrassing because he doesn't get jokes.
Whatever, Rolf. Learn to speak American.
Hey, I speak German. Not well, but I speak it.
Lily, that actually, you're the next person. So who is Wilhelmina? I can't pronounce that. Sorry.
Wilhelmina.
Yeah.
Wilhelmina.
Yeah.
So really, that's really gonna screw you guys tonight.
Oh God. Willie Lockhart.
Okay. Okay. Who is Willie Lockhart?
She is a music student at Miskatonic. She isn't quite a prodigy on the trumpet, but she's close. And her folks sent her there thinking that maybe she'd become something special, and she doesn't want to be special. She's more into the jazz scene. So that's what she does when she's not at school. She's moonlighting.
Awesome. And Rodney. Who is the prodigy Benedict Blake?
Benedict, he is the prodigy. He is a forensic science and chemistry major. That's pretty much what he does all the time. That's about it. He's like Sherlock Holmes. He's a high functioning sociopath.
So a high-functioning autistic guy before we knew it was autism?
Possibly, or just a guy with a bad attitude.
Okay.
We'll find out once we start going.
Totally Asperger's.
Definitely Asperger's.
And Wesley, who is Theo?
Yes. The name's Theodore Lafayette Middleton. No relation whatsoever. I come from hail from Madison, Wisconsin. Currently just got my bachelor's of law, so getting ready to pick up patent law. Yep. So I got some chemistry, got some engineering on my belt, and well, most of my resting time is spent sitting around my pipe and/or getting those books because, man, patent law is not an easy task. It is not easy indeed. Yeah, mostly does way too much time in the library, and on the debate team. Well, debate society would be these days.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So those are the characters that have arrived so far. We're still waiting on one, but he can show up later. So today is August 14th, 1929. Tomorrow, you will leave for a field trip to Cobb's Corners, a small town in southern Vermont. You have some free time until then, though. What do each of your characters do on a normal school day, or typical school day, I guess? Yeah. Let's start with whoever wants to speak up first.
What day of the week is it?
Does not say specifically, so let's just say Monday.
Monday. Sitting around going on the resolved. Are we going to have a new American century or simply maintain the old one? Etc. Back and forth in the debate society. Then retire for brandy and more debate and more post-debate.
Is this still prohibition?
Yeah.
Wait.
It's 29.
So you're in the speaking.
Oh, you said 29. I thought you said 39. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. 29. Dang it, it is still
I
prohibition.
mean,
Okay.
how rich are you? Like, what are your friends like? Maybe you have a friend that was able to get a bottle of hooch from his dad or something.
Well, I'm thoroughly middle class. Yep. Yep.
If you really want that drink, roll luck, but it doesn't really matter.
Hey, it's all. Liquor was one of the mistakes that was made by the Democrats. There we go. That's a 50. My luck is 60. There we go. I get that booze.
You and your friends, you guys pass a bottle around every now and then.
Take that, Woodrow Wilson. Oh yeah. Rosie does that. Sit around, open a pipe.
Okay.
You know,
what about you, Chad? What do you normally do? I guess work out or what do you normally do during the day?
James?
I'm trying to actually think about that. Because if it's not doing practice, it's probably getting up to whatever antics that his frosh mates are doing or whatever. So probably stealing other universities' mascots or whatnot.
Okay.
So we'll probably be coming back to the university with like I don't know, some type of animal that was I don't know. We'll pretend that it's the actual mascot of the thing and just stole it from the local farm or whatnot.
so you brought back a girlfriend.
Shh. Oh yeah. Do any of you guys have you decided if any of you actually know each other, maybe from class or past?
I believe Spencer is currently failing my lecture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm only here because I'm on a scholarship, guys.
Well, your scholarship's about to go away then.
Yeah.
It's about to get revoked.
That scholarship ain't gonna last much longer.
Go
ahead.
I was saying I would definitely probably know Rodney's character since with chemistry and whatnot. So probably know him from the classes.
I feel like someone will get assigned to me to help me make my scholarship.
I'll claim knowing you.
Ooh.
Chad's Willie's boyfriend. There, that's settled. And I probably know Rolf because I speak German. Or rather, I'm learning German.
And really, everybody knows me because I'm a big name at school. They know of me, right?
Now, maybe you should tell us who you are. Because we don't know.
Yeah, I never heard of you.
Spencer, go ahead and introduce your
name
character.
Is, I guess, kind of up in the air at the moment because I don't have a whole lot of the back story of this role-playing event. But currently, my name's Bubba, and I have a scholarship of lacrosse, and I'm like the big name in lacrosse at the moment, and I'm looking internationally to as my next step past college would be I'm trying to get on a professional lacrosse team. Currently studying anthropology.
You know what? In this world, we'll say that lacrosse is as big as the NFL. All right, moving on.
It's New England. It is.
It is? Okay. Well,
have you ever seen Archer? It's a big thing.
I figured also I'm supposed to be studying Native American. So lacrosse made sense.
you're an anthropology student under Rolf.
Mm-hmm.
Herr Hilter.
Hilter. Oh, Hunter.
Hey, did the guy with similar name to you just get like elected to Germany, something or other?
Just recently.
All right, what's an average day for Astrid like?
Well, she is big into maps for one thing. So if she's not at class, she is at the Geological Society or at the Historical Society, looking over maps and drawing imaginary lines in her head where this or that might be found. Because she likes going on treasure hunts. She never finds anything, but she likes going on them. And so her notebooks are filled with little maps that she draws. So that's probably where she spends her free time, is just doing all that. Library, Geological Society, Historical Society, that kind of thing.
Cool. Okay, Matt, what about Blake? What does he? What trouble does he get into?
Average day for him usually involves waking up at the crack of noon. If he's at somebody else's house, he will try to quietly make his way home. If he's at home, he'll take a shower, probably leave in search of coffee of some variety, and try to remember if he has a class that day or not. And then if he does, debate on whether he wants to go or not. And probably get something to eat. It's very, very leisurely. That's really seriously it during the day.
Well, then what about at night, I guess? Is there anything different?
At night, he just tries to figure out what's going on where and goes and chases around, hopefully finds a place to get a drink or whatever, and maybe end the night in bed with somebody pretty. He's not a deep fella.
Yeah. Rolf, what about you? What's a typical day for you? Mostly grading papers?
Yeah, teaching class, grading papers, going to my own classes. He's pretty serious about school. He does private tutoring obviously for German, and then he also belongs to the Anthropological Society. So he's he's early to bed, early to rise. He is thinking of figuring out how to make the public transportation run on time better. And he's thinking of annexing Salem.
Does he have a book yet?
Well, he has a non-aggression pact with Innsmouth.
All right. Lily, what does Willie do?
This is great. Willie spends several hours practicing during the day, and around time for football practice, she goes there at Chad, and after that's done, she tries to get a little alone time with him. If she can't get that, she goes to the club.
That's awesome. What does the prodigy do, Rodney? What does Benedict Lake do every time, or his day?
His day is usually filled with classes. Goes to class. When he's not in class or reading Sherlock Holmes or Sexton Blake novels, he's probably trying to convince Armitage to come off of Herbert West's notes.
Does he own a gas mask?
No, he doesn't own a gas mask.
He wouldn't cover up that mug with a gas mask.
He owns a hockey mask.
I was just going to ask, does he have like a nice collection of different molds from dead bodies, like from different varying degrees and shit like that, like Sherlock too?
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't have that. He reads that book though.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
And he loves the burgeoning science of blood spatter analysis. He's a morbid fellow.
Chad would probably look at you once and be like, "You're weird."
I wonder if we can patent that. I don't know. I can look at it. We can come up with new processes.
I have a friend named Dexter.
You don't say.
Actually, Wesley, that leads to you. What does Theo do with most of his day?
Besides the debate, society and whatnot, there'll be, of course, be time in the library, getting ready for the sit for the bar and whatnot, and I got occasionally brushing up on brushing up on the sciences and whatnot, making sure the law is all brushed up because, well, I've got years and years of books sitting ahead of me. Hello, library. My new friend and old friend. That and also keeping the pipe hot. Gotta keep the fire in that pipe. Thank God they never outlawed this. That would just be un-American.
Alright, cool. So, you guys are going on a field trip tomorrow. Is being led by Robert Blaine, another student that some of you are somewhat acquainted with. Kim, you know him from the Geological Society. A couple of you may have heard him, or you may have seen him around campus, but he's like nothing really special to any of you. The other students that will be going to that will be attending the field trip with the rest of you are these people. Clarissa Thurber. She is a beautiful and charming chemistry major. So Benedict, you probably know her. You probably have a class with her. Jason Trent. He is a small and shy. You? Okay. Benedict, you know Clarissa Thurber. She is a chemistry major, so you probably have a class with her. She will be going to the field trip. The next NPC is Jason Trent. He is a small and shy history major, and Kim, you probably have a class with him. The next student is Roderick Block. He is a large and friendly football hero and geography major. James, you obviously know him from the football team.
Sure.
Wait, what's his first name?
Roderick Block.
Roderick. Okay. I thought you said Robert for a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
Sorry. You actually know him too because he's part of the Geological Society.
And he's a geography buff, so he likes maps.
Yeah.
On the team, we call him Blockhead.
You call him
what?
Blockhead.
After he gets tackled, do you say, Luis Roderick?
Roderick Block has this habit of also getting lost all the time.
Victim apps.
Walks into a lake, gets stuck down there with a glowing rock.
There's another student, Luis Gibbons. He's a chatty botany major and former pre-med student. Harold uselessly joking geology major, originally from Ireland. Harold Higgins.
Oh, my name is Harold Higgins.
Yeah.
Dragon?
It's very nice to meet you.
What is he a major? What's his major?
Pig fucking.
He is a.
Oh, that's
Already.
Gone downhill.
David has been dressed up.
Improvised
animal
explosive
husbandry.
devices.
animal
He's a geology major. There are no animal husbandry majors here.
Geology is called for improvised explosive device, right?
Yeah, sure. There's William Noakes, a bookish anthropology major. Steve, he's one of your students. And Spencer, you have a class with him.
He's my tutor. He's the one getting me through.
All right. There's Terrence Laszlo, a snobbish bore with double majors in history and psychology. And you guys will be split into 2 carloads and a large truck.
Yeah, we're
Don't
already.
put me in there with the footballers.
How about a bus?
No, they don't have a bus. They couldn't afford a bus. So Blaine says, "Everybody, listen up. I'll explain what we're doing and why we're here. We're heading on a field trip to Cobb's Corners in southern Vermont to do a geological survey and a anthropological study of the area. We're going to be it's going to take about 6 hours to get there, so we'll get there around noon. We'll set up in the old McLaren farmhouse. I'll be honest with you guys, it's a bit of a rundown building that's surrounded by some uncultivated farmland that's run amok in the past couple of years. It's all the university could really afford to put us up in. He looks kind of sheepish while he says this. Then he explains that the field trip will be split up into two groups. Group 1 contains the geologists, archaeologists, and other workers in the soil. This group will be provided with an assortment of tools and surveying gear to conduct soil surveys. Roderick is going to drive the truck from Arkham to Cobb's Corners, and then you will meet a local man who has been commissioned to arrive each morning at the farmhouse and drive the students to and from their worksite. Group 2 includes the anthropologists, historians, folklorists, psychology students, and etc. They will be equipped with notepads, pencils, and incentive, quote-unquote, money to encourage locals to share folklore and stories from the area's oral tradition. You guys will also be equipped with a camera with a flash powder tray and a phonograph with recording cylinders, should any of you wish to record your conversations with willing locals. The two cars that you will be driving in are two Chevrolet Model Ks, so all of you should be able to fit. Terrence Laszlo will be driving one car, and the other is placed in the care of William Noakes. Unless, Steve, you have a good drive auto and you want to...
I do.
Okay.
I have regular drive auto.
I
Alright.
actually have drive auto.
Well, if anyone wants to express interest in driving the car, you can.
I have drive
William
auto
do
at
it.
40.
Well, if you would rather drive, you can. William is perfectly fine with sitting.
It
for 6
doesn't
hours.
matter, really, honestly.
Okay. So yeah, you guys get in the car. We're in the cars.
Excuse me, team leader.
Yes, Robert points to you.
Exactly how long will we be in the presence of these diseased yokels?
We'll probably be there for about a week.
A week. Lovely.
Oh, Robert,
Some of you guys.
don't be that way, but don't be that way with the locals. They're the backbone of America. The very people who through their hard toil of soil have deserved this country more than mere...
My name is not Robert.
People.
I thought your name was Robert.
country.
I'm sorry. I forgot your character's name.
Phenold.
Yeah, he is Benedict. Can't you read the name tag?
I can't read them actually at time. They blank out on my screen. Yeah, but anyway.
So some of you are going to this field trip willingly. Some of you are here for extra credit or to raise your GPA from a really low D to a upper D.
That would be me.
That would be me. I need to keep my scholarship.
I could use some fresh air.
Willie told me that I had to do this, otherwise I wouldn't pass.
You need to pass.
My advisor told me I needed to get some air because I was spending too much time in medical experimenting with post-mortem bruising.
And so you're beating dead people?
I'm
With
not
a
sure what
rider
that is,
crop.
Vinny, but it sounds like you need to get out for sure.
Post mortal coitus.
We'll be out there in America, getting to see all that history.
Is he always like this?
Sadly, yes.
Be out there with the common man. You know, morons.
What?
Dear sir,
Not you,
it
Chad.
is these noble people who brought us Teddy Roosevelt and almost brought us William Jennings Bryan.
Which car
Willie
is
holds up her
he?
hand. Willie holds up her hand. How much longer is your rant gonna take? I think we should be going.
Oh my.
Okay,
goodness.
so you guys are going to split up into 2 cars. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to call the groups the Rock People and the Anthro People. So the Rock People are going in one car, and the Anthro People are going into another car.
Get it? Because I'm a lacrosse person and throw.
I don't get it.
Stupid. What my teammates tell me.
I can understand why they say that.
Actually, you know what? For simplicity's sake, you're all in the same car, so you guys can all talk to each other on the way there.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, dear God.
Look at that beautiful countryside. Isn't it just? That's real good. That's real
So,
good.
you guys have about 6
That means I'm
hours to
driving
kill.
then, huh?
Would anyone like to, does anyone like to, I'm sorry about this. Would anyone like to, develop their relationship or their knowledge of any of the other students?
Absolutely.
God.
Wesley, you would most likely know Terrence. You roll a no-roll for him.
Oh God, it's a bore. That's what I get to know. Oh.
You are a patent
The hell did the
lawyer.
pipe come from?
47.
Did you make it?
Oh yeah, my no is my no. What's no again?
What the hell is no?
It's just your intelligence roll.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, then I make it. Yeah.
Okay. So, you know Terrence because everyone on campus knows Terrence. But they're all for completely different reasons. He's a snobbish, uppity, mean-spirited rich boy whom no one really likes. Even the small clique of other wealthy students he associated with don't really like him, they just tolerate him as he's part of their social circle, and it's expected of them. So I guess maybe he's a friend of yours. To make matters worse, Laszlo is brilliant, so he discriminates against any who fall short of either his high social and intellectual standards. Kind of sounds like he might run with your clique.
Mm-hmm.
That guy picks on me all the time. I'm ready to kill him.
Oh, Ferber. So, dumb was a mining fortune, and twice as rich.
He's a moron.
Indeed, that I can agree with. Most people are tolerable, but not him. But alas, even eugenics has its limits.
Boss eugenics?
Yes! I know, brilliant science. Thank goodness for Buck v. Bell. Otherwise, we'd be stuck with those. Still be stuck with them.
All right. Well, Nick, you said that Astrid probably knows Jason Trent and Roderick Block.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to get to know them a little better.
Okay. Roll and no roll to see how much you know about him. Or start with Jason.
Okay, it's Jason. Yeah, 35. I made it.
Okay. Jason Trent. I'll describe his physical appearance first. I realized I didn't do that for the last guy. He has dark brown hair and eyes, thin lips, and a round face. He dresses primly and acts as stiff as his overstarched shirts. His eyesight is so terrible that he must wear thick lensed glasses to see. His shyness means he only speaks when spoken to, and he tends to avert his gaze when speaking to others. His bashfulness is doubled when dealing with women. So you kind of, despite your character's looks, you still leave him kind of flustered.
I find this amusing. And I tease him at every opportunity with little flirts. Hi, Jason. How you doing?
You know that he has few, if any, friends at school, and he never attends social activities. You know that he has a bit of a reputation for being a little bit odd.
Okay.
So
we might have our Dexter right here.
Roll for Roderick. Same
Roderick.
goes for James, since James, you know him too.
Okay.
15. I definitely made that one.
What is this?
Blockhead. He wants to be called Little Rod because that's what he was called for most of his life. But when he got to college, you guys started calling him Blockhead.
I got an 83.
Okay, you just know that his name is Blockhead.
Yep. Sounds good.
I want to get to know Clarissa.
Roll and no roll to see what you know about her.
Clarissa. Do I pledge I supposed to sign with it? Nope. I know diddly. I got 99.
You know that she is a very, very, very pretty young lady. And
Could I know anything about her?
Roll and no.
No, I don't know her at all. I was really loaded that night.
You know she's a cutie.
Yeah, you know she's hot.
You know she's pretty.
Brains, beauty.
Okay, would anyone else like to get to know anyone? Or wait, Kim, you said you wanted to know or wanted to see what you knew about Rod, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your.
I already did. Got a 15.
Okay. Blockhead is actually one of the best players on the varsity football team. Originally from Georgia, he speaks with a slight southern accent. In addition to his formidable size and athletic prowess, Blockhead is actually quite bright, despite your guys' name, or despite his nickname.
Okay. Pretty cool.
Is he handsome?
Yes.
Corn-fed, square-jawed, blue-eyed.
Blake don't give a fuck.
Dark, wispy hair and light brown eyes.
already.
Oh, sorry about this. Dark, wispy hair and light brown eyes. A broad and pleasant-looking face, marred by a small U-shaped scar on his chin. And he proudly wears his football jersey and jacket.
Sounds like an FBI poster.
So, Nick, I'm assuming that I have background information concerning the anthropology part of this trip.
Yeah.
And I'm giving that to both William and Bubba to peruse on the trip, so they'll be fully prepared.
Bubba reads real slow.
That scholarship is as good as gone.
At least you read. Not
So,
everybody
so
does.
that Bubba and I will know what we're doing, and William when we get into the field.
Bubba huddles over with his anthropology tutor, who's whatever that other student on the
That'd be William.
field trip is. Good old Willie.
What about Willie?
He's my tutor.
I don't tutor you.
No, William Noakes, not Willie.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Willie plays the trumpet.
Anything goes.
I go right here.
Everyone roll a no roll. Except for Kim. Kim, you already know this.
Oh, okay.
I know the heck out of that.
I
math as well.
Actually,
I don't know
that's
it.
the hard roll.
Chad apparently knows something.
Like a bullet to
It's
the
the first
heart.
time for everything, sweetie.
What?
Bubba didn't get it.
What the hell? I don't have my no on here.
It's just your intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your education times 5.
Yeah, I passed that. That's right. They changed that. There is no roll.
Right, because it's all incorporated into the number.
The stats.
Yeah.
This 7th ed stuff is so confusing.
It is.
No, it's not confusing. It's just, getting used to what's there and what's not there.
It's new and different.
I don't
and
like
that angers me.
change.
Not that new.
I don't like new.
The old ways are best.
Okay, so Kim and whoever
I
rolled
passed
their
as
no
well.
roll.
Don't listen to him. We love new.
All right, everybody that passed the no roll.
You realize as you guys start driving, you guys have started driving now, that last year during summer break, teams of students led by the anthropology department head conducted research in southern Vermont. The expedition ended in tragedy. One student, Boyd Patterson, was found dead from a climbing accident, while 2 others, John Jeffrey and Daphne Devine, Kim, you actually knew John Jeffrey, were classified as missing. To date, no one knows what happened to Jeffrey or Devine. Robert Blaine was a member of the same team, however, he fell ill and did not join them towards the end of the expedition.
What was Divine's first name?
Daphne.
Daphne.
Who went missing?
Daphne Devine and John Jeffrey went missing. Kim, you knew John Jeffrey from the Geological Society. He was the president at the time.
Okay.
And you said who was there but made it? Blaine?
Robert Blaine.
Blaine.
Yep.
Huh.
And one dead.
One dead, 2
Well-
missing.
Of a climbing accident.
That's right. Now you've got my interest on this trip.
Hey, you don't take a bull moose down the first time, it'll get you the second time.
Robert Blaine is in the car with us.
No, you guys have a lot of seats full.
A lot.
There's-
Those seats full.
You guys have 8 people in the car.
Yep.
There's 8 of you in one car.
Must be
A
hard.
lot of seats
The
are
clown
full.
car.
Well, we've got 2 football players. We can stuff more in here.
Both left,
Yep.
huge lacrosse
That's what they
player.
do.
Every now and then you guys stop for bathroom breaks and to get like snacks and stuff like that. When you guys are stopped, though, you notice that Robert Blaine is paying an odd amount of attention to Clarissa. Well, actually, maybe it's not that odd, but yeah, he's paying a lot of attention to her. He like fans her if she says that she's hot. He asks her if she needs anything, and if she says a bottle of water or a candy bar or anything, he'll be at her beck and call.
It's like bloody spring break in Atlantic City.
Has he pinned her?
No.
Good to know.
Chad, how come you never do that for me?
What?
What, me?
So I'm going to go up to Mr. Blaine while he's fawning over Clarissa and just ask him about the summer's expedition. There are rumors going around the anthropology department, and apparently you were there. What went on with that?
Well, he grows really quiet and in like a really low monotone voice. He relates pretty much the facts as I just told them to you, and it kind of seems like it's like regurgitated newspaper clippings.
And I let him know that. I'll just say that just sounds like what everybody knows, but you were actually there. Did you see anything that happened?
He said I wasn't there, actually. I couldn't join them for the last part of the expedition.
Oh, what were you doing?
I was sick.
What were you doing?
What were you doing?
He looks at the ground and he just says, I lost the best friends that I've ever had, and I feel I'm really sorry that I wasn't there with them in their time of need.
It's very brave of you to return so soon after such events.
I don't consider it bravery. I'm just trying to finish my schoolwork. You can roll a psychology roll if you like.
I can, but I'd rather roll intimidation and accuse him of chicanery.
Chicanery?
Okay, you can do that.
I missed it.
Okay.
So.
Your attempt at intimidating him is brushed off.
And I will be keeping my eye on you.
They're making you talk.
Hello, Mr. Bob.
You will have to tell me where you are sleeping, Herr Blaine.
He says, all right, everybody get back in the cars. We're leaving.
We already kicked your ass one time, Jerry.
Who is this Jerry?
I'm gonna pour on a charm and wave at Clarissa. And woo! 110. Make that charm roll.
You made it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How are you charming her?
Just gonna wave and just give that charming look and wave.
She waves back, but she looks kind of confused.
Don't worry, I'll solve that puzzle.
Pull out my Krauser snake, and then she'll know.
Better her than me.
It's always good when the NPCs get Wes's
You keep your mouth shut. Do not interrupt.
I've said nothing.
No, it's on the Bubba. You gotta lay down. You gotta lay the track carefully in order to put the rails on and not the side of the continent.
I always just win the game.
Benedict just walks back to the car like this, and shakes his head at the two lovebirds fawning away for Clarissa.
Oh, but I'm like
Oh,
the
no, I was gonna say,
nine
which
in the
two
corner
love birds?
type. Even though I'm real big.
My situation is fairly pathetic.
Madison. Fine. Anywho, back to the car.
Okay, so
Someone is on my
around.
foot.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It's getting around noontime, and you guys get to the town of Cobb's Corners. Cobb's Corners lies in the mountainous woodlands.
It should have created hero shit.
It lies in the mountainous woodlands of western Wenham County, just to the north of the state highway, which joins Bennington and Brattleboro. Visitors coming from Arkham need to take a 20-mile drive from Brattleboro to Wilmington, and then turn due north for just under 10 miles to reach Cobb's Corners. The town is blessed with a booming trade industry due to its location on the Deerfield River and the fecundity of its farms. Or, I probably said that wrong. Whatever. Chartered in 1787 by a group of farmers out of New Hampshire, the town was named after Franklin Cobb, the leader of the settlers, and the surrounding land is often referred to as Cobb's Corners as well. The farmland in the valley has garnered a growing reputation as the breadbasket of Vermont, which is very obvious from the cornfields and fields of wheat that you guys see. Cobb's Corners is a place of great scenic beauty, pretty much a Rockwell painting come to life. Small shops line the unpaved main street leading to the waterfront district, consisting of a couple of warehouses and a few short piers. Spread out behind the stores are a collection of homes, a public library, the town hall, a local sheriff's office, a couple of more offices, a one-room schoolhouse, and an assortment of other buildings. Access to the valley is by a two-lane road that meanders through the surrounding mountains. So you guys drive through this little town.
Theo is just gushing. Theo is just gushing all over this.
People on the street wave to you guys as you pass.
Hey, ball!
You get through town, and in a couple of miles you reach the McLaren farmhouse, which looks really, really shoddy. The farmhouse is a two-story, unsightly eyesore surrounded by thigh-high grasses. Behind the farm, large sugar maples grow where once corn or wheat held sway. Within the house, a few unbroken chairs sit facing one another before a brick fireplace in which cold black ashes lie. A large window looks out on what was a front yard. Miskatonic University has been good enough to run a phone line to the house, but, unfortunately, the dwelling has neither electricity nor gas. The layout consists of a front room, a large kitchen area, and what must have been a parlor downstairs, as well as two large bedrooms upstairs. The place is dusty and obviously could do with a clean. Oddly enough, the place doesn't really feel abandoned, as if someone or something still visits here from time to time. Waiting. Hanging on the wall.
Stay off.
What could it mean?
For damn it, hobos.
What could go wrong?
How long are we supposed to be here for?
Well,
A week.
I thought it was just a couple of days. Damn it.
Oh, come now, good man. This is charming. I mean, it's like we're on an expedition. Well, you are on an expedition.
Theo, I've seen charming houses before. This is not one.
I agree with her.
Well, the new is always charming.
Back in Europe after the Great War, there were many wrecks like this, littering the landscape. This is not good.
Chad turns to Willie and goes, "I get you stuff all the time."
Honey, that was about 10 miles ago. I'm sorry I brought it up. Isn't he adorable?
Not particularly.
It's
Head off
okay,
to
I
the
love
kitchen
you.
and make some coffee.
I think you might need some medical attention.
As you guys walk through the house, you notice hanging on the wall above the hand pump in the sink is the faded yellow and blue hand-stitched plaque that reads, "God bless our happy home."
Oh,
Below the window, looking out on the backyard, stands a large insulated metal box into which ice can be poured and used to keep food cold. Through the rear window can be seen a decrepit outhouse that sits like a wooden island amongst a sea of grass. A collapsed barn some 50 feet behind and surrounded by the sugar maple forest.
This is a nightmare.
This reminds me of Grandpa's house.
I'm gonna have to dig another latrine.
wonder when this
A
was
couple,
No, we just keep lying in the pod outside. We're fine.
a
And
couple
then
of the
it
female
seems cleaner than
students,
this.
a couple of the female students grab their bags and run up the stairs, saying, "Women upstairs."
I
And
like
Robert
it.
Blaine looks.
You hear Willie go, "Aw."
If Benedict's making coffee, I'm gonna look for clean mugs.
I think we have to check our bags.
There is a kitchen.
I brought my own mug.
Good thinking.
Of course you
He's been holding that the whole time.
I brought extra pipe tobacco. That's about it. What is at the general store? Oh, neat. A shopping trip.
The men are going to have to make do with cots downstairs.
Yep, there you
Blaine chooses the parlor as his own private sleeping space.
go.
I basically just follow where Willie goes.
That's gonna be funny upstairs.
All of a sudden, there comes a shriek from upstairs.
And then there's a sudden pile up on Chad.
Who needs
no
to use the
sharing.
Who needs to use
Y'all
the
are getting
restroom?
shoved down
Or
the
the outhouse?
stairs.
Bubba do.
All right, Bubba,
Not
go to the
yet.
outhouse.
Bubba always brings his lacrosse stick with him.
Is that what they call it?
I need my binky.
You never know when a pickup game's going to just start.
Messes with all the laces.
All right.
Did Chad bring a football?
Oh, God.
I don't know if he did, but Willie brought her a
I don't
trumpet.
know,
You guys
but
don't know how she
Anyway,
fit
Bubba
in
just
there.
needs rocks. He can find rocks anywhere. So the
All
outhouse,
right.
how wonderful is it?
Well, it's a fine outhouse. It smells like poop, and
Fresh
It's an
poop?
outhouse.
Other people been pooping here?
that
no,
would be the
it's
perfect outhouse.
probably been a couple of days, but yeah, I don't know. It's
Well, I don't know if it, you said that it seemed like sometimes people, or it seems
No,
like
it
it
hasn't
wasn't
been
vacant
cleaned out
for
for a
long
while.
time.
It
Okay.
hasn't been cleaned out for a while. It hasn't been cleaned out since like 1913. All right.
That's some fossilized poop.
That's
So
It
as
didn't
you
actually smell anymore.
return from the rear privy, you notice a flower bed is in full bloom and is surrounded by a ring of stones. The violets, daisies, buttercups, and lilacs that comprise the flower bed are much too neatly ordered to be the product of mere chance.
But the poop, there wasn't new poop though. It was all old poop, even though
Yeah, it was all poop.
signs.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You can use the poop for a lacrosse ball.
no, I'm using the stones for lacrosse balls. Now grab a couple stones and then make note of it because there's a bunch of stones there that are nice.
Oh, my
right.
yellow cow's going in this corner.
So you guys set up all your cots. The women set up their beds upstairs. And Blaine calls all of you downstairs for a quick meeting. Once everyone's downstairs, he says, "Hey guys, I know that I was a little bit kind of anxious earlier during during our breaks and stuff. I just wanted to get here.
Yeah.
I'd like to take all of you out for lunch to a diner back down in town called Jim's Grill. So let's get back in the cars and head back.
Richard!
We just got out of them.
Yeah, it's been like 30 minutes and...
But you heard lunch.
Yeah. Free lunch, and you guys have been in the car for 6 hours.
True. But I'm not saying she's not getting in the car. She's just complaining about it.
Chad picks up Willie and we run to the car. Free lunch?
Willie is actually
You
very
don't know
used to
much,
this action.
but you sure know about food.
That's the only thing he knows about, apparently.
Oh, God. Image in mind I just had.
Keep it to yourself.
Okay, so yeah, as you guys get back into town, you're faced with the same Rockwell painting style little township. There's a main street with a bunch of stores. You can notice some government buildings, a sheriff's office. But the cars pull in front of a place called Jim's Grill. It's actually the only restaurant in town.
Oh, that down home cooking.
Okay, so
Food's good.
So you guys pull up and you get out of the car, and a man that's sitting on the porch in one of the rocking chairs gets out of his chair and goes, "Oh, hi folks. Who are you people? You don't look like you're from around here." The man has a he's pretty average in almost every way possible. He has brown hair and eyes. He looks like the kind of person whose name is always forgotten, whose face is never remembered, and whose presence often goes unnoticed.
Generic NPC #1.
He has a camera. He has a camera hung around his neck, though.
What's that for?
He says, "Oh, I'm a reporter. Hi, I'm Richard Wendell. I work for the Cobb Corner Gazette." And he reaches his hand out to shake yours.
I shake his hand, and then I look at my hand, and then I subtly wipe it on my trousers.
We're from Miskatonic. We're from Miskatonic. We're here on student business, I guess. Why am I here? Oh, that's right. He wouldn't come if I didn't come.
Yep.
Nope.
Well, what are you guys studying here, or what are you guys out here to study?
Local mythology and geological phenomena, apparently.
Well, that's mighty interesting. Would you mind if I took a picture of you all?
Oh, please, please, please. This one's like this.
Brandish my lacrosse stick triumphantly.
You're still carrying that around?
Always.
Always.
Make sure my bow tie is straight.
I sleep with it.
He takes a picture of you guys. Winds his camera again.
So you got any interesting folk tales from around here?
Well, I don't really know any, but maybe if I was you, I would just go around knocking on doors and asking folks. There's some old timers around here that have been here a lot longer than I have. I just moved here a couple of years ago. I'm from North Carolina.
Fine state.
What's his name again? Richard what?
Richard Wendell.
Wendell? Oh,
Yeah. Sorry.
I wrote it right. I just read it wrong.
Do you have any names of these old timers?
Well, no, not really. Sorry. I would just go knocking on doors. To be perfectly honest with you, people are really friendly around here. They will not. They won't shout you off their porch or anything like that. They might politely ask you to leave, but I don't think you'll find any, I don't know, violence or anything like that here. It's a nice small town.
Unless you're German.
German, where? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Richard says, well, it was nice meeting you folks. I got to get back to work, though. I was just on my lunch break inside. Yeah, if you guys ever, for any reason, want to go down to the Cobb Corner Gazette, it's over there. And he points at one of the buildings on the corner of...
Main
Yeah, he
and
points...
First.
Actually, yeah, Main and Davenport, but yeah, Main Street, so the street you're on. It's just down a couple of blocks.
No, after he's gone, he says, I don't think I want to go to Gazette. Apparently they don't know anything. He doesn't even know the names of the locals.
What a charming man.
What exactly is the Gazette again?
Is what?
What is it?
It's a newspaper.
Okay.
That's Willie's point, is that he's supposed to be a reporter, but he doesn't actually know anybody.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Captain Good at everything.
It's his job!
Hey, I've known store clerks who couldn't find a penny in a jar full of pennies.
It's still his job. You think he'd know at least a couple of names?
You know, like two or three people.
But people are surprisingly not always capable. It happens.
Oh,
And still, this does not incline me to go visit his place of employment.
Well, that's a given, but hey, at least you got our picture. That'll be a nice souvenir when this wraps up. Good picture of the fine group of people.
I'm sure it will work out fantastic when we go missing like everybody else did.
so I think we should take this time to A, gather some stories, and B, go and inspect the newspaper and see if
I
anything
think we're going to
happens.
take this time to get that free lunch that we
guys'
haven't got yet.
Your guys' stomachs are grumbling, and Blaine is heading inside.
All right, we go inside. We get that
That's ready to go shoot up the belt.
All right. As you guys make your way inside, you are not confronted. Jesus.
He didn't even do anything yet.
Yeah.
What the hell are you people doing here? Getting lunch?
Who's in my way of getting food?
Okay. This
We
small
don't like
diner is.
Don't
around here.
anger
This
him.
small diner is. Okay, as you walk inside, you see that this small diner is well lit with clean and whitewashed walls, and the place smells absolutely great. 6 round tables dominate the floor with several smaller booths lining the walls. The front counter is oak and has several stools lined up before it. The kitchen is directly behind the bar, so it's like an average, American diner type setup.
To which we take up every seat in there. Because there's that many of us.
Yep.
Chad takes up 2.
Yeah.
Big boy.
So you guys sit down, and a woman in like her younger middle ages. She's 42. She's wearing a waitress uniform, and she greets you. She says, "Hi, folks. My name is Anne. This is my husband Jim." Over my shoulder, and she points with her head and to a man that's at the grill. He's wearing like all white white shirt and trousers, and a cooking apron. He has short cropped hair and brown eyes. He looks over his shoulder real quick with a nod and goes, "Hey." She has blonde hair, blue eyes, and a slender frame. She goes, "Hi, folks. Here's some menus. Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll take your orders."
I'm ready now.
What can I do, you Ronnie? And she pulls out her notepad and pen, or she takes the pencil out from behind her ear.
As many pancakes as you can put on this table.
Pancakes. 3 orders.
Just 3?
The rest of us
5
gotta
orders.
eat.
Fine.
It's just You know,
Are they short stacks or tall stacks?
Tall stacks.
There you go. That's a lot of pancakes.
Alright, she takes all of your guys' orders. I'm not gonna spend all the time going through the fucking.
Oh, where's my immersion?
That's like 20 minutes. 20 minutes of ordering food. Alright.
Same time, you all get pancakes. No different.
Grilled cheese, coffee.
Actually, Willie probably does get another order of pancakes and a grilled cheese.
Order know how it
Cheese
is.
and eat their pancakes.
Oh man.
Gotta get some bacon and sausage in there too.
They got pig in every form I could think of.
Also some
I got
raffle.
all fried up.
Um.
2 hours
There are
later.
there are a couple of other. There are a couple of other people in the restaurant at the tables. You notice that there's one guy berating another one that's like kind of sitting with his hands in his, or with his head in his hands. The guy that's yelling is berating the guy that's yelling is pretty much saying like, "Alcohol is a sin. You are drunk, Jimmy. You need to get your life together." And just essentially saying the same thing over and over.
Hey, buddy. Why don't you keep your cockamamie superstitions to yourself? Let the man drink.
Oh God.
The man cocks an eyebrow at you, stands up, and that's when you notice that he has a badge over his.
Oh, that's awkward.
Excuse me. Hey, officer. Keep your cockamamie superstitions to yourself.
The man says,
Respectfully.
I turn away from the man I don't know. I don't know this man. Nope.
People are trying to eat here.
It smells lovely in here.
I like him.
the man looks at you really pissed off and just glaring. He says, "I am Sheriff Spencer, and this is Deputy Cutter. We are the law in Cobb's Corners, and I will not hesitate to make sure your stay here is most unpleasant if you break the rules." Doesn't say the law, he just says the rules. I am
And
aware
what-
how you city kids... Nope, I will finish my fucking speech before you speak over me. I'm aware how you city kids enjoy your brothels and speakeasies, stagger around drunk all hours of the day and night. I realize that there are so many of you delinquents that the authorities in the city let you run amok without a care for your lives or your souls. Well, not here! This is a God-fearing town. There will be no stories of drunken carousing, shoplifting, cow tipping, or any other perversions your idle minds can come up with. Not here. This town has already seen more unwanted attention than it deserves, thanks to the last group of drunken hooligans who rampaged through here and wound up dead and missing in the mountains. We don't need you stirring up trouble. Watch yourselves, and God bless.
Are you quite familiar with
Excuse me, sir.
He walks away.
Brothel.
He turns his back and walks out the door.
It was nice meeting you, Sheriff.
Come on there, Sheriff.
Total
that point,
nightmare.
another person, another denizen of the restaurant comes up and goes, "Hi guys, I'm Deputy Cutter. I'm sorry about the sheriff. He's a little high strung."
Little high strung?
Yeah, I put that a little lightly, didn't I?
Yes.
Do you mind if I join you?
Yeah,
Only
please
if
come
you-
have a seat with us.
Only if you suck on a mint for a couple of hours, you smell like a distillery.
He doesn't smell like a distillery. This is not the drunk guy. This is the
Oh.
other guy.
Benny, do you have to be an ass to everybody?
No, but it helps, I'm sure.
This
Wait,
is,
that was way too.
Wait, who are you? Why did you do my boyfriend?
All right.
This is version
the
of kindness.
The deputy is around the same age as all right, never mind. You guys are all different ages. He's around his mid-20s. He's friendly and good, and he has a pretty good-natured manner. So he's quite likable. He's also really handsome, youthfully muscled, with sky blue eyes and short brown hair. Should any of you wish to be observant of these things?
I only have eyes for
Alright.
one man at this table. I'm sorry.
I'll observe.
Stop calling me
Maybe because
Benny.
I'm too big to see any other guy around me.
Well,
Speak
more
for
ways
yourself,
than
little
one.
I
football
would like
boy.
to ask him about the
Benny's so much
disappearances in the
nicer
mountains.
than Benedict.
I would like to hear about that too.
Say that again.
What was all this about disappearances in the mountains?
Oh, a couple of university kids came up here on a field trip, and I guess they went hiking up in the woods and they got lost.
Where?
Those mountains, and he just points to the mountain range that's nearby.
I'm not exactly certain how law enforcement works here in this podunk little town, but can you be a little bit more specific? Please.
I actually can't. I'm sorry. Those facts are kind of classified.
I put my hand on his and say,
Lack of a
"Oh,
better
come
word.
on, you can tell us."
No. Let's not talk about that. Why are you guys here? What are you in town for?
Field trip.
We are university students. Yeah.
We're to learn about local mythology, local geology. You know.
I got told I didn't raise my grade. I
those
lose
old
my
things.
scholarship.
Hey, Nick, I want to roll charm to see if I can get him to tell us where, because, you know, we're students. We don't need to go where those guys went, you know? We don't want to fall into the same kind of trouble they did.
Oh yeah.
Yes. 43 out of 45.
You're more charming than I am.
It's her thing.
He genuinely doesn't know.
Okay, well, we promise we'll be careful.
Deputy, you've probably been here all your life now. Any stories about the mountains up there? You know, any reason that I might draw the folklore inclined to go poke around up there?
Oh, what do you mean exactly?
You know, or
That's
like
what we're
local.
here for. Folklore.
Yeah, like is there some sort of local boogeyman or something that lives in the mountains, or some of local legends about the mountains?
Well, every now and then when I'm making my rounds, I stop when someone's like, when Old Man Johnson's outside, I go on his porch and I talk with him sometimes. One time we were drinking. Oh, I shouldn't have mentioned that. Sorry. One time we were out late at night, just conversing. You know, I'm sorry, folks. It's just a small town and rural around here, so we kind of bend the law a little bit.
You don't want that to get back to the old.
No, I really don't want that to get back to. No, I really would not like that.
It'll be our little secret.
I'd really appreciate if you can keep some discretion.
Well, we
Uh,
couldn't be more
What did you
just.
say, old man Wilson, again?
There was like 3 people talking at the same time. I'm sorry.
What did you say, old man Wilson was?
Old man Johnson is over there on. He's over there on Gizmen Road, down by the river.
Down by the river. Right.
Shot at baby.
If you go down Main Street, take a right on Davenport, and then Davenport becomes Gizmen.
Follow down.
I can after lunch. I don't really have anything that I'm doing. If you guys want, I can show you around town. I can give you a tour of the place.
What were you saying to old man Johnson? You had said that you were talking to him about something concerning Cthulhu on the mountains.
Well, one night he said sometimes late at night he sees weird lights and strange sounds coming from the hills. And you guys are going to think that the man's crazy, but I swear he's solid as a rock. He said that he thinks there's a way into hell up there. He said that he heard growlings like mad dogs, bleatings like sheep, buzzing like mosquitoes. Hell. He said he even heard singing a few times, as if someone was at the devil's own church. Oh. Sometimes it looks like there's fires up there. Sometimes it looks like one of those new electric torches, real big and changing color. I know the man had been drinking, but I know he's never telling me a lie. That would be the first case of him lying to me.
Do you ever mention that there's any pattern to these appearances, or does it occur at random times? You happen to be having a sit.
He said that he would see it just on odd nights when he would wake up in the middle of the night. There was never really any pattern or anything to it like that.
I'd like to do a geology roll to see if this sounds like something that could be caused by some kind of geological phenomena.
Go for it.
32, made it.
It does not.
Can I roll a cult on that?
Can I roll history on that?
You guys, it doesn't sound like. Or Lily, what did you roll for?
I'm gonna roll for a cult on that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like anything. I mean, there are occult rituals that you know of that sound like chanting and stuff like that, and rituals, but that's just ritual. It doesn't sound like anything. It doesn't sound like anything specific.
Have I heard anything like this before? That's more what I'm looking for.
No, not really.
I asked him if he or anybody else has seen this phenomenon that he knows about.
I've never seen it. My parents said they'd never seen it. This old man Johnson. There are some strange rumors that go around these places. It's a small town. You know how it is.
Well,
people don't
what
have.
kind of reputation does old man Johnson have in town? I know you believe him, but does he have a reputation of telling tall tales or anything like that? It just seems
no, not really.
that he's the only one who knows about this.
Well, maybe he's just the only one who said something about it. I mean, saying something like that to somebody, you kind of think they're going to think you're crazy.
Yeah. There are some strange things out there.
But we'll never know till we ask. So that's what we're going to do today. Well, tomorrow, whatever day we're going to do that.
Everybody, a little question here. Might you be able to buy a telescope at your general store?
No, but you can order it and it'll show up in 2 weeks.
That's
Perfect.
That's a little
Perfect.
too
We'll
long.
no longer be here.
I'm sure that the field trip has equipment, surveying equipment, that you can use it to substitute.
That's the question.
Sorry, I couldn't pass up the 2 week Oh, brother, where art thou thing.
Yep.
If you really want one, I can just say that you have one.
I would love a telescope.
Yeah, let's just say that. Okay.
Yep.
We brought it with us on a field trip.
No, we did bring equipment, so it's possible it will be part of it.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Or at least binoculars.
What about trinoculars?
Well, I mean, I didn't know we were
Binoculars.
into the spiritual seeing.
Billy,
Monocular.
Billy,
Huh?
what are trinoculars?
It means 3, sweetie.
Oh, like my pancakes.
All right, so that's 6, but good try, baby.
Okay.
I thought this was a big 3.
Someone kill me now.
Yeah, butter something about Bucky
I know the
Bell.
feeling.
Anyway, so now next question is, how good of a view of the mountain do we have from our little farmhouse?
Say that again?
I'm just wondering, how good of a view of the mountain do we have from our little farmhouse?
Well, there are some woods right behind the house that lead to the mountains.
Oh, I know I'm setting up the telescope.
Oh, surely, Blaine, you heard these stories before on the last expedition, huh?
We were just doing geological surveying. We weren't doing any folklore studies or anything like that.
Do we know of any like
I mean,
Native American
interesting.
stories? This region?
Steve, you first.
Say what? What am I doing?
You and Spencer were talking at the same time. I couldn't tell.
Oh, I was just yelling at Blaine.
Okay.
I
did
said,
you yell at
"Oh, how convenient." I mean,
Okay.
interesting.
All right, Spencer, what did you ask?
Do we know of any like Native American tales of this area?
Roll your knowledge roll.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Straight int?
Yes.
No.
No, you do not.
All right.
Not Monty. Deputy, are there any local engines around here?
Local engines?
Engines.
Native Americans.
Oh,
No, engines like
No.
train engines.
no,
Oh, there's Thomas.
no, there aren't any natives around here anymore. There used to be the Wampano. I can't pronounce that. The Wampanoag Indians used to be around here.
Oh yes, the Wampanoag.
Whatever happened to them?
Wampanoag. And I don't even know if that's the correct pronunciation. Yeah.
Huh. Oh,
We
where
offer
happened to
blanket apologies to anyone of any culture whose names or place names we are mispronouncing. There, I covered all of us.
Unless you're German.
And
I didn't
also
do it.
for the slaves.
I didn't do it.
We're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, don't you know?
So do I know, or does he know like where they used to be?
All over the area.
Okay.
You don't, because you're failing anthropology.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to get some credit. Trying to look good right
Alright.
now.
Whatever.
You guys finish up your meals. Blaine pays the bill, and
Probably not happy about paying the bill after Chad got
no,
divorced.
he's fine with it.
He's old money.
There would have been a budget for this.
What would you guys like to do? Would you guys like to go back to the farmhouse, or would you like to explore town at all? It's up to you guys at this point. It's
we
it's about
just got
3
done
o'clock in the
traveling, didn't we?
afternoon.
Yeah.
Did anyone
Yeah,
notice
it's about
anything
3
weird
o'clock in
about
the
the
afternoon.
farm when we got there?
I like taking the town, get.
I was on my way to the latrine and I noticed that there was these wonderful rocks. Yeah, and I pulled a couple out and they were set up inside a circle. It was real interesting. Like someone put them there.
Nobody ever planted flowers in a flower bed before.
Yeah, normally they put rocks around it to, make sure they know where the flower bed is.
And then if they were annuals, the same ones would pop up.
Then who made the flower bed and who planted the flowers?
I don't know. Somebody has to keep the
People
place up.
who lived in the farmhouse that put up the "God bless our home."
And
Yeah, but that was old.
spots in there.
And these are flowers. They aren't like wild.
Were there
Like,
weeds?
this was a new box. I don't know shit about the flowers.
Were there
I don't
weeds
think
inside of the circle?
annual flowers.
Were
I'm
there
going to
weeds?
slip off to the newspaper office
Okay.
while everybody's arguing about flowers and circles and stuff like that.
Anybody else like to go anywhere? In town?
No, that guy sounded like an idiot to me. I'm not interested
We
in
talked to
him.
Old Man Johnson.
As do I.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Johnson.
I'm going
yeah.
to
That's right, old man Johnson's got the booze.
Yeah, we gotta. Oh wait, no, we gotta procure some booze before we show up to Old Man Johnson's house.
You go about that illegal activity all by
Wait, before Chad leaves, can I ask him where he got it? Where I could get some?
Sure.
Honestly, we just turned our old bag of money and party over here. I'm sure he's got a flask.
So
I
I want
assume
to.
that Old Man
Okay,
Johnson
flask for
can
emergency
show up
purposes.
I think we should show up to Old Man Johnson's house with this liquor that I'm gonna procure.
Yeah, that's going to take a long time.
She's automatically a lush. I'm just going down there.
No, I'm
Okay,
going.
who else?
I'm going.
Who else is going to? Okay, Willie is. Rolf is. Who else?
Chad is.
Theodore.
Well, I'm going, but I know a guy now.
We're mobbing into this guy's house.
Ugh.
Is everyone going, or
I'll
does,
go to the newspaper.
who else is
What
going?
else needs to go?
I'm just going to explore the
Now, if you're
town.
going to do a newspaper,
Yeah, that's what I'm
then
going to
you
do. I'm going to wander around the
definitely
town.
Who is wandering around town besides Matt?
Me.
Okay, so Astrid and Blake around town.
That sounds like a detective show.
Astrid.
Astrid and Blake.
Wandering around town.
Off on another hair-raising adventure.
Probably it's like better than Rizzoli and Isles.
The
Oh,
intrepid
God.
heroes, Astrid and Blake.
Crime better not take a vacation.
She's a crime writer.
Is that everyone accounted for? Or was there something somebody else wanted to do that I didn't cover?
No, I think there was the newspaper, wandering around towns, and Old Man Johnson.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Oh, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Rodney, you
Yes.
you get to the Cobb's Corner Gazette. Inside,
Hello.
you knock on the door, and the same man that greeted you at the diner is at the door. It's Richard. He says, "Oh, hi.
Hi.
I met you at the diner, didn't I?"
Sort of.
Sort of. Yeah, that's true. What can I do you for?
Actually, I was looking in to see if you could tell me anything about the disappearances of Daphne Devine and John Jeffrey.
Oh, the missing college students.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Why don't you come
mainly,
inside?
why Sheriff Jesus Lover considers that to be classified information.
Okay.
Don't start talking to me all at once.
Sorry. He brings you inside. You notice that the place is also his house. It's
Lovely.
a really small. Can I get you some coffee?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Black.
You notice that as he leaves, you notice that there's a brass plaque nailed to the front door that reads, Cobb's Corners Gazette, Richard Wendell, Editor-in-Chief. So he's the head guy.
He looks like the only guy.
Yeah.
There's a mimeograph machine right next to the door.
Are you looking around? There are a bunch of articles strung about and like hung on the walls and stuff.
Yeah, sure. While he's making coffee, we'll peruse and sightsee of the articles hanging on the pride of his work.
Anything about the missing college students on the walls?
Jim Brown's prize pig goes missing.
It's mostly yellow journalism. There is like nothing of importance here. This guy is a hack, essentially.
Lovely.
He comes back with the coffee and he asks, so what can I help you with again? I'm sorry.
The disappearance.
expecting...
Miskatonic University students. Supposedly classified information.
Yeah, sorry about that. He goes, well, let me look through my files. It's been quite some time. What was that, like, it was last year, wasn't it?
About a year ago, yeah.
Let me see what I can find. And he just starts rifling through his papers. He goes, young people around here, they die pretty often. It's really strange. He's just rifling through his papers as he's saying this. About 11 years ago, the entire graduating class of 1909 was 4 men and 2 young women. They died not long after leaving the school. It's a small town.
They just died.
Yeah, it's really strange. They all died of different circumstances and just really odd.
What kind of circumstances?
Well, one of them died in a car accident, one of them died from consumption, but they were all within like a week of each other. It was really weird.
Yeah, I think I want to see your information on that as well.
He pulls out his news article from 11 years ago stating how the entire graduating class of 1909 died by various means not long after leaving school. It's essentially the same thing I just told you. Yeah.
Do you have anything with a little more detail?
He looks a little bit flustered and embarrassed. He goes, I don't really know what you mean.
Then just the college kids will be fine.
Okay. He starts looking through his files again, and he pulls out an article that essentially says the same stuff that Robert Blaine has been saying and that I've told you earlier. It's 2 people went missing. 1 was found dead after a climbing accident.
Mm-hmm.
Chad's outside the house because he can't fit through the door, and he's like, "What did he say?"
Why did you shock? Let me do a psych roll. Since he's acting all twitchy, let me do a psych roll and see if he's holding anything back.
Okay.
And that is a pass.
Okay, he's just an incompetent hack.
You, sir, are an incompetent hack.
Like, oh, sir, I'm the only one that runs this paper. I'm a very professional
I read your articles.
journalist.
I read your articles while you were making the coffee, sir. You got your journalism degree from a box of Cracker Jacks.
I don't. I'm very flattered that you think that I have a journalism degree.
As I said, I'll take the damn article with. I'm gonna take his article that he handed me, fold it up, put it in my pocket, turn on my heel, and leave. Good day to you, sir.
Well, good day. Well, if there's anything else I can help you with, just feel free. Come on by.
I said good day.
Oh, by the way, there's a spelling mistake in this article.
He just looks really dejected as you close the door.
Good.
Oh.
All right, Astrid and Blake. You guys walk around town. It's really only just like it's a one-street town, essentially. It's just Main Street. There are a couple of streets that... Actually, I'm going to give you the map to make things a lot easier.
Yay.
Cool.
Because the geography student has a map.
I have the map.
You probably drew up the map yourself.
Probably.
There's only one street that goes up and down this town. The map is probably easy to draw. If you can draw a straight line.
God, you sound like Jack Nicholson.
Chad probably got it wrong.
Why is there a curve?
I thought it looked better.
Oh, honey, that's so cute.
Yeah, there's one building that's obviously a town hall. It's because it looks as it's the nicest building in town.
It's the building with the clock.
There's a church. Yeah, essentially, yeah. There's a church. That's the building with the bell. There's a police station.
That's the building that says police.
Yep, that's the building that says
All
police.
conveniently labeled.
Yeah, they are. In the middle of town, there's a Civil War memorial with a statue of a Union soldier who looks pretty battered and beaten, but his face is a expression of stoicism and determination. You see Rodney walk out of the newspaper place really irate.
No more irate than usual.
Okay.
So he's still really irate.
Yeah. There's a general store with a sign outside that says ice available. You guys have the realization that you should probably get some food and some ice since you're going to be here for a week.
Who made that?
Maybe not now is the best time, but sometime. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's the town hall, the church, police station, newspaper, town library, the Civil War memorial, the diner, and a general store and a bunch of houses.
Oh, look, the town library. I bet one of those books isn't even colored yet.
I'm going to check out the library.
Chad looks over to Willie. It's like, can I color that book? I think I broke Lily.
Blake, would you like to follow Astrid to the library? I'm sorry, I didn't hear if you were going to.
Sorry. I don't think so. I think I'm going to meander over to the town hall.
Okay.
That's anymore! Yay!
So Astrid, you... Oh, shoot. Alright. The library is a single-story wooden building. It's painted brown, but the paint's starting to crack and chip with age. 2 windows overlook a ground-level porch, complete with awning, and 2 recently painted green metal benches. Once you get inside, the place is kind of a mess. There are a bunch of books stacked upon the floor that would probably require another building just to house them. All the shelves are full. There's a well-trodden, threadbare carpet. Small paths are kept open between the aisles. It's a crowded desk in the front door. An older woman greets you from behind her desk, and she says, "Oh, hello, I'm the librarian, Mrs. Carruthers. It's very nice to meet you. I don't recognize you. Are you new in town? Have you moved here?"
I'm here on a field trip with some of my classmates from Miskatonic.
Oh, how wonderful!
Yes.
I remember my days at Miskatonic University. Great school.
Oh, you were a student. That's great. When did you graduate?
Oh, 1902?
Oh, wonderful.
That was quite a long time ago.
You must have all kinds of knowledge.
Man, you're old.
I have the best words.
You have the best words.
That's all right. That's how I feel, man, when I'm running this. I have words. The best words.
You're the goodest at smart things.
The library contains works of fiction, magazines, editions of the Cobb's Corner Gazette, and a smattering of children's literature. It's a small section devoted to the scientific disciplines as well as books of philosophical nature. A surprisingly large amount of poetry collections. Mrs. Carruthers says that she can help you find anything, and hopefully that they'll have it, or hopefully they'll have whatever that you're looking for.
Okay. Let's see. What should I, guys? What should I ask her for? What do you think? Local history?
Folklore? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You have anything on the local history? Any local folklore?
Got them their hills.
Anything about dead Indians?
Anything about the hills?
Do they have
Life. God, we're athletes.
Yeah, she has a couple of books on local folklore, but skimming through them, it doesn't seem like there's anything really relatable to the to Cobb's Corners itself. It's mostly New England and the greater New England area and the northeastern United States itself.
Anything by any local authors?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh. Okay. Let's see.
Have you read the paper?
Well, I guess that's a valid point. Do you have copies of the newspaper here?
She rolls her
Like
eyes and
archives?
says, yes. Yes, we do.
Why do
But
you say it like that? You get a lot of requests for it?
it's called a gazette, not a newspaper, for a reason.
Because he's a hack, dear.
Yeah. I'd like to. I've always preached if you don't have anything nice to say about somebody, don't say anything at all. And I'll just leave it at that, honey. It's called a gazette for a reason, not a newspaper.
I see.
But if someone
you
were
don't
to
seem
say
to-
something,
You
Go
don't
ahead,
seem to
Kim.
rely on that a whole lot. What do you rely on?
I get my newspaper from Boston. There's a nice man comes up every week with the Sunday paper, and I get that from him.
Okay. So now we know we can get a Boston paper. That's good. Thanks.
Is he the guy I can get
no
the
problem.
moonshine from?
Say what?
No.
Oh.
You can't ask the librarian where to get moonshine.
I already know where to get it. I'm just asking if
She
she's my
probably has
contact.
books on how to make it.
It takes time, people.
Yes.
Too much time. Too much time.
I'm going to get in good with the librarian and offer to help sort some of the ones that are like piled on the floor.
Oh no, sorry. Oh no, honey, it's fine. This is the I like to joke that here we use the Carruthers card catalog system. I know where all the books are. Don't worry.
Well, that's good. May I call on you again, madam?
Anytime, or just come on by when we're open. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, can you think of anything else I should ask her?
No.
No.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much. This has been great. I love a good library. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks
And
for
then
stopping by. All right, let's go to Old Man Johnson. Okay, so the deputy agrees to direct you to where Old Man Johnson is. He comes with you guys, knocks on the door. Hear a response coming, or you hear a yell, "What?" And you hear the deputy says, Old Man Johnson, it's me, it's the deputy. I got some people here that want to ask you about some of your stories." And once he says that, the door opens, and a man that looks pretty close to the crypt keeper. He's really old, balding, but like long gray hair.
You look just like
On the
my
back of his head.
granddaddy. That's what
Bernie
Willie
Sanders,
said.
that's what he
You look just like my granddaddy.
He looks really confused, kind of like ornery, and just looking all like, "There's how many of you on his porch? 5 or something like that." It's just, who are you people, and what do you want?
Chad, eyes scare the shit out of him.
Chad, no. Bad Chad.
No, I'm not asking. I'm not doing it deliberately, but I would think he would accidentally intimidate this old man.
I'd probably make you stand at the bottom of the stairs just to not, be on top of him.
I'll reach out and classy old man Shango. Old Man Johnson, name is Theodore LaFollette Middleton, no relation. And
French man, eh?
Sadly, no, I'm from Wisconsin.
Hell of a country.
It's a state.
No, I'm saying the countryside's great out there.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Fine countryside, And we got ourselves a wheat there ourselves, actually. Not quite as lush as you got here, but it's some good wheat. Anyway, my compatriots here, here to just find out, pick your brain about them floors you got, about the mountains and whatnot.
We're here researching folklore for the university.
Yes.
Oh, local folklore. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I don't know why. What stories exactly? And he looks at the deputy and says, "What have you been telling them?"
It's all in good confidence, dear sir. We're not here to judge. We just want to document.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess I can sit for a couple minutes and tell you.
Alright.
I'll be back in a second. And he goes back inside, comes out a minute later, and you can tell that he just probably took a swig of moonshine or something.
I saw nothing. I know nothing.
Well, that's also why he went inside. But yeah.
Although again, she says, "Wow, you even smell like my granddaddy."
Kind of relight the pipe for this one. Hopefully the air doesn't catch on fire.
Just don't sit too close to him. You're fine.
So, yeah, Herr Johnson, we were told that you had seen some strange things happening in the mountains over the years.
Well, I've lived here my entire life, and my daddy lived here before me, and my grandpappy lived here before me. And ever since my family lived here, every now and then, one of us would wake up in the middle of the night, and there'd be some strange happenings going on in the woods, in the mountains. And my grandpappy had this idea that maybe there was a portal up into hell over there.
Right, in Michigan.
Well, that's another story, but no, it's up in these mountains right here. I didn't believe my daddy or my grandpappy. I just thought they were just local folks, like, local stories, just to make me afraid to go to sleep early. But I don't know, past 30 or 40 years, ever since I was old enough to really see the things or something, I don't know. I would hear growlings like wolves or something, or I don't know, really big bears.
Oh, do you have that wildlife in the area?
Well, yeah, there's wolves, there's bears, this is rural Vermont. I mean, there's places, animals all over the place. It's their home, but nothing like this. This does not seem natural. This does not sound natural at all. What's that, son?
Did you ever see a dinosaur?
Hmm.
You have to forgive him. He's been hit in the head a few times.
Willie, you said he's as old as your grandpappy.
My grandpappy is not that old.
He said he saw a dinosaur.
Oh, no, I've never seen no dinosaur. Pretty sure those are extinct anyways.
Do these lights, do they have to occur like at any specific time, or like near a full moon, or around a certain period of month, or just...
Then you were drinking?
No pattern to anything like that.
Anything else about the weird lights at all? Or is it just being waken up by the lights and sounds occasionally?
Did anybody ever try to see where it was coming from? Like, actually go see?
No, we usually try to stay out of the hills, or out of the forest and out of the hills. People can get lost up there, like those kids last year. It can get pretty treacherous up there if you don't know what you're doing.
Huh.
Not many of us know what we're doing.
I would think that if you're from around here, you would know what you were doing. Isn't that what kids do?
I'm not a mountaineer. I can just admit that right now.
Is there a particular spot on the mountain where these lights occur, or is it at different places sometimes?
It's different places.
Can I roll to see if this coincides with any of the folklore of the area that I would be familiar with?
Yeah.
With that, you want anthropology?
Yeah.
09.
It doesn't. This is something entirely strange and unfamiliar.
Hey, just between us, did anybody else around here ever say they saw or heard the same thing?
Nope, not that I know of. People usually don't really try to talk about things like that. I'm just willing to because I'm pretty good friends with the sheriff here, and he just slaps him on the shoulder in a friendly gesture.
Were
We
these
do appreciate you sharing information with us.
were these noises being heard when the kids disappeared in August?
No, I can't really remember it happening around then.
Did you look up to any of the lights or anything?
Might have happened a couple of months before then, though. Now that I think about it.
Has it been happening recently?
No, not since then.
Are the lights always on the mountain, or are they down the woods near the mountain sometimes?
Oh, they're mostly on the mountain.
Did the kids that went missing, they come talk to you?
No, they weren't. They didn't come around. They weren't in town much.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a sight just to see if he's being completely straight up with us. And I failed that, so it doesn't matter.
Did your father or grandfather ever tell you any other stories? You know, like maybe what happened to the engines used to be here in the woods and whatnot?
Well, my grandpappy, he knew over about this big mound over at the base of Landon Mountain over there, and he points at a mountain. Sometimes, he said sometimes when there ain't no stars in the sky, a huge dog would come and stand on it and howl. He said that the dog was as big as a bull, and it had glowing green eyes, and its mouth was all mournful like. He said the pilgrims were buried in that mountain, murdered by the Wampanoag for trying to teach them the ways of God. And the dog is the guardian of the pilgrims that are buried there. Now, one time he was walking home, and he said that he'd be damned if the thing didn't just jump out at him once, snarling and such. Well, Grandpappy made the sign of the cross and said the Lord's Prayer right away, and the dog disappeared. He said he had never been bothered by it since.
Have you ever seen this dog?
I haven't.
You ever been up to that mound?
I've heard of folks saying that they've seen it, but I don't know if I could believe it, to be honest. Grandpappy was a bit of a drinker.
That is saying something.
Yep, a bit.
Well, folks, I'm gonna have to retire. It's starting to get kind of dark, and like the sun's starting to head over the mountainsides.
Alright, yeah, sorry.
Oh, well, we didn't mean to keep you this long. Thank you for talking to us.
Well, you folks, don't worry. Enjoy your stay in town.
I wish we were staying in town. We're staying up at that old farmhouse.
The McLaren place?
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for you folks. Well,
We
enjoy.
don't feel too good for ourselves either.
Try to enjoy it.
It's God's charm.
That's pretty shitty.
There's charm even in the dung. You know where to find it.
I'm not one for finding treasure in dung, sir.
All right, so I'm just gonna
Did I
assume
find
that
anything in
others.
town hall? Was there anything going on there?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was standing in the middle of town staring off into space. I'm not saying my character would do that. I'm just.
Yeah, your character would totally do that. He's been sniffing at that flash and just standing there staring.
Yeah, this town stinks. I promise I'll be quick.
Actually, yeah, there's no entry for town hall, so no,
Oh,
you
really?
did not find anything at town hall.
A massive padlock.
Yeah, it's the weekend, I guess.
Wait, didn't you say it was Monday?
You did say it was
National
Monday.
holiday.
It was Monday. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Oh wait.
Closed for renovations. There we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, you can't find anything.
No problem. So I guess I am standing in the middle of town sipping from my flask. Clandestinely. I mean, the open, obviously.
Looking for some action.
Yeah, just bored,
what-
probably.
What I'm guessing is Astrid probably finds you and says, let's get back to the group.
What's that old man from Shadow over Innsmouth's name again?
Marsh?
Oh,
No,
no, there's
The wino.
Ah, jeez.
Zadok Allen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd run into him, especially with your flask.
Is that
I'm
whiskey?
trying to be stealthy about it. I'm not just waving it around.
I smell whiskey.
It seems like these guys have plenty of it for themselves.
The sheriff comes out of his office. I smell damnation.
I smell the devil. I can smell him in all of his unbrowned brimstone.
Smells
Gonna have
like
to hollow out a
brimstone
Bible.
and moonshine.
Alright, so the other students that came with you guys picked up food and ice for the icebox.
NPCs, that's what they do.
Hey, important stuff.
So you guys have enough food to make dinner that night. You guys have a pretty uneventful evening.
Who's trying
guys
to pick up
call-
on Clarissa now?
I'm still trying.
Who would like to?
Me.
That would be Wes.
Alright, go for it.
Hello there.
Would Blake like to continue trying to pursue Clarissa as well?
Hot 6.
Oh wow, never mind. How do you charm her?
Well, talk a little bit of chemistry. Try to pick her brain. Gawk at how amazing that she knows so much about chemistry and whatnot, and try to make a little chemistry of my own.
Oh dear God.
Chemistry. It takes them all away.
Yep.
I think your molecules and my molecules should make some covalent bonds.
Well, as you
Indeed.
talk to her, you can tell that she's kind of warming up to you. But, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta lay down the rails, one piece of metal at a time. Then you put the train on track.
All right. So nighttime comes. You all are pretty tired after a 6-hour drive and your interviews through town. So time to go to sleep.
So before I go to bed, I will set up the telescope. I will set up the telescope there on the back porch.
Okay. You want to?
You gonna
Do
invite
some-
Clarissa to look through the telescope with you?
Of course, take a little nice look at the stars, put my arm around her, and let her get all warmed up with man from Wisconsin. We know about staying warm, cold.
You hear
You have
the
an astronomy
small
skill?
bits. Let's.
What?
Do you have an astronomy skill?
I have no astronomy. Wait, I have whatever base science is. Oh,
All right.
what? I'll fill in that.
Ooh, find that North Star. Go
I rolled
find that.
So yeah, your telescopes or your telescope skills are something to be desired.
I got astronomy.
I have engineering.
I can just
You're
subtly take the
Raise-
telescope
raise
and
the
just kind of
crowd.
push it a little bit so that it's in the right spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Astrid is your wingman, wing woman.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
There's this soft romantic trumpet on the air. Is Willie's got to practice at some point. She's not doing it for you. You're just reaping the benefits.
Hey. God clearly intends this to happen.
You rolled a whole 9, wasn't it?
Okay. So,
Benedict walks out on the back porch with a cup of coffee, sees them, shakes his head, turns back around, goes back inside.
What a nice fellow.
What's Chad
is
doing?
anyone doing anything else? Yeah. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm just making coffee. Sitting up reading, sketching.
I'm throwing rocks with my stick at the circle area. I'm practicing that.
He's completely ruined that flower bed.
He's playing out in the yard.
Just like got rid of all of the rocks. And the goal is to hit the outhouse. And then like specific parts of the outhouse.
Then he breaks the outhouse.
Okay. Sometimes some of you can hear
Boys will be boys.
rocks against wood.
It's quick, dude.
All right. Someone makes like a pot of stew for everyone to eat. And
Chad
we all get stew for dinner.
Chad puts down whatever tractor he found to try and work out with. And
What's your strength?
Got one in one hand and one in the other.
Oh God, we got the Rocky 3 music playing in the background.
Does anyone else want to do anything?
He comes back, shirt off, all sweaty.
Willie comes downstairs and remembers why she keeps him around.
That rock hits him in the back.
He doesn't even notice.
I actually would like to collaborate with Benedict about what he found with Mr. Gazette. In other words, nothing, because he and I both found nothing.
Yeah.
He's
And I think that's a little bit strange,
Yeah, I was wondering while you're talking.
because there was nothing local in the library, nothing about locals, and it looks like Benedict found exactly the same, and I think that's a little bit strange.
It's a small town. They don't like outsiders very much.
It's not
Yeah, but-
strange when he doesn't even know their names. It's a small
Yeah,
town.
but
He
there
should
are
know
records of
somebody's
things.
name.
There are always records. There are always things.
It probably are records, but that doesn't mean that guy keeps records because he's a hack.
Then we go and talk to the sheriff. They have to have something.
I'm sure the sheriff is so eager to talk to you.
We're best pals.
You're so nice, Benny.
Don't call me Ben.
So, so Benny, what did you find out?
Squat.
You didn't have anything on those people that went missing?
Pull out the article. Here you go. wipe your ass with it when you're done. That's about all it's good for.
So pleasant.
Yeah, I'm a charmer.
Hmm.
All
So
right.
what
All
article
right.
is it? Is it just an article about the missing students, or did you bring the one about the class that went missing? I mean, the entire class that died, rather.
Just the one about the missing students. But our keeper informs us that there's something else that Kim must do.
All right. Yeah. So you guys have all gotten tired, and everyone goes to their respective sleeping arrangements. So women upstairs, men downstairs, and Blaine in his little private cot. Everyone roll power rolls, please.
Ow.
And
Yes,
tell
I made
me
it.
who succeeded.
No.
No.
Fail.
A no roll?
Yeah. Or no,
No power.
Oh.
What's a
I
fumble?
made it.
I passed.
I made a hard success.
What's a fumble?
99.
Thankfully, I didn't make that. Thankfully, I didn't roll that. I rolled 88. Out of 60.
Yeah, I rolled a 81.
All right.
60.
So, whoever made it, you have an interesting dream that night.
Huh.
You open your eyes to find that you are not in bed and instead lay upon a flower bed. The immense night sky is full of twinkling stars, and a huge gibbous moon rises directly above you. The moon is somehow sinister in a way that you cannot properly explain. As you rise from the flower bed, the flowers make a rustling noise, and as you stand, you realize the rustling noise continues. Turning around, you see the flowers seem now to shudder of their own volition. Backing away in fear, you find your gaze is taken towards the dark woods. Ugly shapes and creeping shadows move between the tree trunks, somehow almost human, but twisted and smaller. Suddenly, a myriad of glowing eyes appear in the tree line, blinking and feral. The rustling stops, and from deep within the woods you hear a man's cry, long and painful. You hear your name shouted aloud, twice. The second time so loud it wakes you. You're in your bed, sweating, confused, and frightened.
Your name!
Alright, so that was for the people that passed?
That's for the people that passed.
Ooh.
And it is now day 2.
Oh.
And we'll leave off there for now.
Mission accomplished.
One survived.
It's just earlier on my watch, precious.
We survived the first day. Yes.
I am now
Yeah.
getting my.
Victory!
How did you guys be like, shit, what happened?
The weirdest dream. The weirdest dream.
Dun, 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 dun.
Man.
I have to go. So, sorry.
I've got a bail too.
Alright.
All right.
Hey,
Data funny pages.
Yep. It's
so
fun playing.
wrap it up, Steve.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. We'll do this again next week, I guess. Friday, you get the fungi, and then on Saturday, we have Flash Appreciation Day.
Yay!
Hey.
So, if you like the Flash, we can ramble on for hours.
I don't know yet.
They had a great TV show back in the 90s with the Flash.
Right. So anyway, everybody have a good evening, and we'll see you when we see you.
Night.